Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This is a long L3 video. I haven't been doing a video haul for each of my hauls the last couple of months, but I thought, I've been organizing some things in my wax room, and I thought I would just go ahead and do a large L3 multi-haul video. This includes the Pi Day, the winter pre-order, and one or two additional ready to ships. I don't even remember now at this point. But I keep my sampler, the little buns that we get. I keep those in a different area. So I just kind of grab a handful of bunts and chop them up and go from there. And I thought, I should talk about some of these blends because there's really good fruity ones in here. There's some really good bakery ones. And I just, thought if somebody out there that's watching this, feels the same way, we can keep that blend going and request it in the future. These blends, that's why I love samplers so much, especially the samplers that L3 offers with the 8 bunts. That's just the perfect amount. I love bunts. They're so easy to cut. I get 6 melts out of 1 bunt, and some of these blends are already established, like the pre-order that's going on right now. There are some of the best sellers from the last 10 years. That's a really cool sampler. I've tried every blend in that sampler in the past, and I think one of my favorite ones is, I don't remember all the ones that are in there. I know Hufflepuff is in there, and I know 8 Crazy Nights. 8 Crazy Nights is a fantastic blend if you haven't tried it before. But this is a long video, as I said, so settle in for the long haul if you are interested in watching the whole thing. I only have 1 sample bag for all of these because, like I said, I didn't intend on doing a video for every one, but I changed my mind yesterday. So let's go ahead and get started. L3 Waxy Wonders, owned by Jennifer Westing from Junction City, Oregon. One thing I will say that I haven't said before, if you are in the Facebook group, you know that I am a moderator for L3 on the Facebook page. I, along with Christy Hartshorn and Tam Carr, we are the moderators for the Facebook group. And I will let you guys know that if you are asking questions or looking for any questions answered on shipping, orders, and such, from around 1 or 2 o'clock on Friday. Remember, L3 is in Pacific time. And what Jen has told us is from 1 or 2 o'clock on Friday to 9-10 Monday morning, Jen and Trish will not answer and do not reply to any sort of emails, instant messages, tagging on Facebook, any of those things. They value their family time on the weekends, so one of us 3, Christy, Tam, or myself, will step in and answer questions. And that's why sometimes we say, we'll get back to you on Monday, because, we have to wait too to get our questions answered. And if we don't know one of the questions you're answering, and certainly the questions about orders, just thank you guys for all your patience and giving Jen and Trish that little bit of time off that they so well deserve on the weekends. Most of the time, if one of us know the answer, of course, and then other people in the group step in, and that's always appreciated. We do see all the questions that you guys post, and we do have a way to get to Jen and Trish, if it's an emergency, if we need it, kind of a thing. But just wanted to let you know that is they are not available on the weekends. So anyways, let's get talking about wax. Okay, where do I start? I don't remember what order goes with what, except for the samplers, of course, go with the pre-order, and then the Pi Day goes with the Pi Days. I'll do my pies last just because I have them in my box over here. I'm just going to grab and go. Okay. Baccarat Rouge 540. Let Them Eat Cake, Sweet Lavender. I love Baccarat. Love it. Love it. I shouldn't say never. At this time in my life, I'm not going to be able to purchase a bottle of the perfume. It's $500, $400 and some dollars, $500 and some dollars a bottle. It's expensive, but it's exquisite. It is exquisite. And it's smoky. It's mysterious. Some people think it smells like strawberries. I don't get that, because if you look at the scent notes, there's saffron in there, there's ambergris, or ambergris. I don't really quite know how to say that word, so I'm sorry. There's smoky components. I don't get strawberry from it. And smelling this, the Let Them Eat cake, you know, I don't have a ton of experience with Let Them Eat cake alone. But sweet lavender, I definitely get the lavender, but mixed with the Baccarat this is such a good blend. It's on cold. I'm going to chop this up and get this going in the summertime, I think, because this is just, it's a little bit smoky, but it's sweet at the same time. So it's not some of those smoky, I know I've said smoky 500 times. Let's see how many times I can say it. It's not like Marshmallow Fireside where it's sweet and smoky. This is a different type of sweet, whereas Marshmallow Fireside is that marshmallow sweetness and stickiness with the smoky. This is the sweet lavender, the sweetness from the Baccarat. And then this Baccarat is such a hard one to describe what it smells like to somebody. It's not outright perfumey or cologne-y, but it is, I mean, that's what it is. And it is so sophisticated and rich smelling. I love this one. So that's why I grabbed that bunch. I'm going to move this back just a hair. There we go. Next bunch I got coconut milk and sweet lavender. And I know lavender coconut milk is a single oil, and this is not that. They blended these separately. I don't think they carry coconut milk and lavender. I've asked, and I think the answer is no, or they did in the past or something like that. It smells kind of similar to the single oil, but this has a little bit more lavender in it, which I like. I love lavender. You know, I struggled with lavender for such a long time. And now that I'm back to smelling it like normal, this is the creaminess from the coconut milk. Coconut milk is one of my favorite creamy oils out there in the wax world. Why? I don't know. I've always loved it. I love coconut milk. I cook with coconut milk. I love the simplicity of it. It's so, so good. This mixed with lavender, this is a great blend. Trish on Sundays posts Senspirational Sundays on Facebook. Today's was cherry chip cake. And this sweet lavender was a Senspirational Sunday. You know, when they're looking for blends to offer in that next ready to ship. So the pre-order will close on Thursday, I believe. And then Friday will be ready to ship. So she's looking for blends for cherry chip cake for this coming week so they can pour them. These two blends I know came from Senspirational Sunday. Whether they were mine or not, I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I said coconut milk and sweet lavender. I don't remember about the Baccarat Rouge, but regardless, they're fantastic blends. Okay. Next one. Espresso, Frangelico, and Nilla Wafer. Frangelico, if you're not familiar, is a liqueur that's made with hazelnuts. So espresso, hazelnut liqueur, vanilla wafer. So this could kind of have a little bit of that Nutella vibe to it, but just the hazelnut part, not the chocolate part. This is espresso, creamy espresso with hazelnut. If you've had her hazelnut creamer, Jen has a Coffee Mate hazelnut creamer oil. If you've had that before, it's not as dominant in the hazelnut. This isn't. This is a little bit more toned down to my nose. You get a little bit of the creaminess from the vanilla wafer. You have the espresso, but that Frangelico, that liqueur is just there. This is a nice one. You know me, I love my coffee. I love my espresso. This is going to go in my chopping box. Man, I have in my melting totes. I have a chop tote now. I've upgraded from my chopping basket. I have a chopping tote. So they're the ones in the bullpen in terms of when I get bored with wax, because you know, we start melting something, we get bored with it, we outgrow it, and I've moved a lot of stuff out of my collection in the last couple of months in that regard. You know, I've given coworkers wax. I sent out random acts of kindness. You know, I've gotten rid of stuff with ass wax. I've done, and not because the wax is bad. It's just, you know, we get tired of it, and our scent preferences change, sometimes week to week, sometimes depending on other factors. Sometimes something we liked in the past, it disgusts us now. So, I love variety. I love to have a lot to choose from. I am an overpacker when we go out of town. I like to have variety, and I'm no different with my wax. So I'm going to put this in my chopping tote. Okay. Next, another thing I love about L3 is that they offer trig tarts. I love trig tarts, and I know they're popular because, you know, those are the single oils. Those are the ones we can get creative and blend with. I love to create blends. I always have. You know, if you're active in the Facebook group, you know, you've seen my name in there a time or two. I comment with blends. It's just something I think about. You know, I have insomnia, and some nights are better than others. And sometimes when I'm up at night, I have a draft email that I just create blends in, and it's huge, just all these things. And some of them are not going to work. Some of them are just, I saw it somewhere in another group. I don't want to forget it, so I jot it down, kind of a thing. But why I love trig tarts is, you know, you can break off a little piece of this. I usually do, if I'm blending something and I want to really see if it's going to work, I will start with one of these little pieces down here. And, you know, depending on if I'm doing 1, 2, or 3 blends, 2 or 3 different ones, I will just do one at the bottom. Sometimes if I have one of these going in one warmer and another one going in the other warmer, you know, so they are complementary together, I will do 2. That's what I do. But I found sometimes I just like books. I love books. I bought 2 of these. This is from the pre-order. And she does have trig tarts in this pre-order too. I love the fact that they're offering trig tarts now in pre-orders, because some of us out there, you know, price-wise, they're a little bit cheaper than some of the other stuff. And, you know, we can make our same blends, you know. We can make, today is October 3rd, with Palo Santo, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Toasted Marshmallow. We can make those things. We can add a little bit more strawberry to something if it's not quite enough, or tone something down with a buttercream frosting, you know, make it creamy or something like that. I love the versatility of trig tarts. Books. I love books. I mean, I love books in my life. I love books, and I love books oil. This is so good. You know, any readers out there, I'm a big reader, obviously. I don't do the Kindle and the e-readers. I can't. I need to hold the book in my hand. I always have been like that, always. And there's something, that's the connection I have with books. I love it. So when I saw that books was a single oil a couple of years ago, I tried just about every blend that is offered with books in it, because honestly, it smells like a freshly printed book. Say, for example, you get a book from Amazon or Book of the Month or something like that. Book of the Month is fantastic, by the way. Not endorsed by it, but I am a member, have been for 4 years, maybe 5 years, 6 years, something like that. When you get that fresh book and it's never been opened before, it just comes right from the press that way. That smell of the paper fibers and the ink, and just, I love that. And I am one of those weird people that I love the smell of a library. I always have. It just takes me back to going to the library as a kid and checking books out. I mean, I didn't have any brothers or sisters, so I read a lot. I've been reading for a long, long, long time. And going to the library was a refuge for me. And it was somewhere to escape from some of the shit that was happening in my life when I was a child. And I love the library. So books not only has a nostalgic and comforting, it evokes that in me, but it's a wonderful blend. It gives a little something extra. It's a tough one to describe too, except what I said about the fresh print and the ink and the paper fibers and all that together. It's good. Like, Jen has a blend. I think it's library, books, and Palo Santo or something like that. And it's phenomenal too. I have one bunt left of it. It was a 2-pack bunt, and I'm saving it for, I don't know what. My motto this year is melt your wax, Ashley. You don't know when your time is up. And I'm not trying to be morbid, I'm just trying to be realistic. So I'm enjoying my wax. So maybe I'll get my bunt out and melt it and enjoy it. Another one I enjoy is Amaretto. And I got 2 of these too. I've yapped about amaretto so many times on, on my channel here and in the Facebook page. I love amaretto. Amaretto is almond liqueur. You can have it in coffee cream. Ugh, I cannot find amaretto coffee cream anymore. Coffee Mate has a fantastic one. I haven't seen it for 5 years or so. And International Coffee, the other one, I don't really know their name. It's just the International Coffee, I call it. That is a fantastic one, and they don't have it in my area out here. I love amaretto coffee creamer, and amaretto is it's a strong oil. It's great blended with coffee. It's great with zucchini bread, brown sugar pound cake. I have a custom right now that is amaretto, brown sugar pound cake, and zucchini bread, and I love it. It's so good. But amaretto is good with coffee. It's good with sweet cream. It's good. I haven't tried it with fruit, but it might work with a berry. I would have to test it out with some of my trigs and see. I would even blend this with Baccarat, believe it or not. I mean, it's got the same heftiness to it that I think it would work well. Amaretto, I got because I will melt this alone. It's a strong SOB. It really is. You've got to like amaretto to melt it alone, I'll say. Next, I got smoked vanilla. Smoked vanilla, I think, is a Bath & Body Works type or dupe, I think. But it's got, if you know me, you know, y'all, I don't do vanilla. Vanilla is not enough for me. It's boring to me. It's too soft, and I know that's the point of it, but I want more. If I'm going to melt something, I want to smell it. So a little bit of smokiness to it. I would blend this with amaretto. I would blend this with books. The possibilities are endless with this one because there isn't too much happening. It's just a little bit of sweetness from the vanilla and just a hint of the smokiness. It's a good one. I won't melt it alone because it's not, I don't think it's meant to be a one that's alone. It needs something to it, but that would be good with balsam, with potpourri or cinnamon or Christmassy holiday type stuff. That would be good blended with holiday, the Nest fragrance. Holiday is fantastic. It's one of my favorite ones. Okay, I told you a longer video, so because I try my best to go into detail for these. Okay, these scoops, Camp Crystal Lake. I got this one this month because I have March. I haven't written on all of these yet, but I know these trigs came from the winter pre-order. Camp Crystal Lake. I've been looking at this blend for 2 years, and I don't know why I didn't pull the trigger on it until now, because I saw it offered several times, and of course I forgot to put it in my cart because I was, trying to check out because I, didn't want to lose the ones I had in my cart. But I saw this one day and I thought, grab it, Ashley. You've been looking at it for 2 years. It's time to try it. This is Sea Kelp, which I love. Sea Kelp, I have it in a trig tart. It is fantastic. It's one of my favorite aquatic fresh ones. I mean, I love coastal kale. I love sea kelp. I love salty sea air. But this one kind of brings those two together and makes it just so fresh. Sea kelp, driftwood, sea moss, and leaves. Damp. This is damp. Damp and fresh and clean and swampy, and this is spooky, mysterious. I will melt this in the summer. I will melt this in the early fall. This is poured all the time. It's a great blend. It's very popular. Next is Fat Bottom Girls Pink Frosted Cake. And we are making the rockin' world go round. Love Queen. Gotta love Queen. With this ultimate bakery blend. Cupcakes at Tiffany's, Don't Cross Streams, and sweet vanilla spun sugar with pink frosted cake. Pink frosted cake, I'm there for it. Look at this gorgeous color. It's like a wine colored, I wouldn't say maroon. It doesn't have enough red in it for me to be maroon. This is a wine or a burgundy color. This is one of my wedding colors. I love this. It's so good. Of course, it's pink frosted cake dominant because that is a very strong oil. But that Cupcakes at Tiffany's and the Don't Cross Streams, which is a good vanilla blend. It's just going to be there for extra creaminess, which I'm not complaining about. Next scoop is Berrylicious Spun Sugar. My husband told me he does not like Berrylicious because I had Berrylicious in a trig because I never smelled it myself. And Christy was telling me, you got to try Berrylicious. It's really good. It's a 3 or 4 different berries mixed together. I love berries, so I thought, sure, I'll try it when it was offered in a trig. This is mixed with spun sugar, but my husband says I had it going and he said it smells weird. So when he says something smells weird, I usually move it on out of here because I don't want to melt something that's offensive to his nose. So I have it over in my donate box, or my, pass along box, I should say. But I didn't know that, and I had already ordered this. I think this was part of the pre-order. But I'm going to give this a try. It does have that spun sugar in it, which is not cotton candy. It's a different type of, not as strong as cotton candy. It's a little bit of extra sweetness. And I thought, I could even blend these two guys together, to tone the Berrylicious down and bump it up with some bakery. So that's what I think I'm going to do with this one. But that is a really good creamy creamy berry scent. Last scoop I have is Watergate salad. And I got this. This was definitely part of the pre-order. I got this because it's pistachio. It's pistachio, Jet, puffed marshmallow, and crushed pineapple. And honestly, this to me, it is pineapple. It's not as strong as just the plain pineapple that Jen has, the oil. Pineapple is a strong oil. This is, of course, mixed in with pistachio. This is not a pistachio pudding cake or a heavy cherry pistachio. This is ultimate creamy, almondy creaminess with pineapple. I'm gonna melt this. I'm not super crazy about this one, honestly, because I wish it had a little bit more pistachio, but it might surprise me on warm. I mean, these are scoops. They are very, very strong. I love her scoop formula. This is, I'll give this a try. I will probably like it because I can always mix it with some more pistachio blends that I have. Yep, I'm getting low on pistachio in my collection. I've been using it and not replenishing it because, I've cut back on the purchasing a little bit. But this video doesn't make it look like that because but it's multiple, 3 or 4 hauls in one. Okay, next I got some mini loaves. Next to Bunce, I love these Bitty Betties. I love these because I can get 10 to 12 melts out of this. I love this. I have another loaf of this, and this is apple cinnamon, cinnamon sugar, coffee bean, zucchini bread. Trish even likes this blend, and she really isn't crazy about coffee stuff. Or one of the notes in here, I think it's coffee stuff, but this is so good because it's apple cinnamon and coffee's in the background. It is an apple cinnamon perfection. It is so good. And then the zucchini bread, I can smell it, but it's not spicy. It's creamy. It blends beautifully. It blends beautifully with this apple cinnamon. It's so good. So this is that's a backup loaf that I have because what I might do is they changed the bags for these mini loaves, and I'm not super crazy about them myself. I prefer the little bit larger bags that they used to come in. But I think what I'll do is I'll chop up both of my loaves and put it in a larger bag just because it's easier for me to do it that way. Next one is Iron Islands. Another one I've had my eye on for a while and didn't grab, but this was in the pre-order, so I figured, hey, it's meant to be, I guess. This is sea salt, cactus, soothing lavender, and salty sea air. So super freshy. This is that sea salt cactus. It's so fresh. And I get a little bit of lavender. But not much. It says soothing lavender, but I'm getting a little bit of the herbal lavender feel. And salty sea air, it's there, but it doesn't have that sharpness to it that I feel that it can have when you're melting it alone. This is a really good one. It's great. It's a fresh, great for bathrooms, great for cleaning day, great for something you just, don't want to bakery. This is anti-bakery. This is super fresh. That is a good one. And the last little loaf I got, I have one more trig in here. I'm sorry. He was living over on the other side. This is Circus Concession, caramel apple, and popcorn. Circus Concession is, it's, what is it? The candy apple, cotton candy, caramel, funnel cake, you know, situation. I like the fact that there's extra caramel apple and some popcorn in here. This is, I really like this. Jen has, I think it's called Freak Show, which is her Circus Concession, and then, oh man, I can't remember what's in Freak Show right now, but it's great too. This is a little bit different from Freak Show. It's a little bit more richer in the fact that it has a little bit extra caramel, and it does have that popcorn note to it. This is so good. Oh man, love it. My last trig, I had to get this guy. Oh, this is Exotic Coconut from Bath & Body Works. I have been shopping at Bath & Body Works for a long time. Exotic Coconut it used to be one of in their signature collection, and then it went bye-byes. They used to bring it out of the vault, but it has not been out of the vault in a long time. Long time. I look for it every semi-annual sale, June and December. I check every time, and they've never let Exotic Coconut back. It is it's my favorite. It is my favorite scent from Bath & Body Works of all of the scents they've had in the course of the last 30-some years. Oh man, I love it. It needs to come back. But I have it in wax, and that's good for me. They used to have, Bath & Body Works used to have a line a couple of years ago that was it was called just Coconut, and it smelled the closest to Exotic Coconut that I have smelled since. And this it's a warm coconut. It's not toasted. It's not cream pie. It's not bakery. Absolutely not bakery. It is Exotic Coconut. It's got, I should really look at the notes of this single oil on one of the fragrance, the fragrance oil websites, and just see really what is in here, because it's got a warm component. Man, it's so good. I love this. I have, when I did my customs last year, you can do body products too, and I had Trish make me an Exotic Coconut body lotion, which is long gone. I finished it last year, but it's so good. This is one that man, I should ask her to pour this in make this in perfume, sometime this year in the summertime. This is a good request. Exotic Coconut. I love it. This I blend with hibiscus. I don't have any more hibiscus, by the way, but it's good with hibiscus. It's good with, I don't really do much papaya and mango. Mango is not something I'm caring for right now in my life. I tried it. It's just something, it's weird to me, I will say. And, they have a ton of mango blends that are good. I've had them before, but just, this right now in my life, mango, I'm not crazy about. Papaya, I haven't seen much used either. I know there's a guava, strawberry, raspberry guava, or strawberry guava oil that's good too, that could be blended with this. And also driftwood, sea salt, anything that's fresh, you can blend with this too, in my opinion. I love that. I would melt that alone. Okay. The sampler. I told you, long video. I got three samplers. Coffee, jelly beans, and pink frosted cake. The jelly beans I wasn't going to buy, but Trish and Christy insisted that I need it and I would love it. So I got it. I have not smelled the jelly bean oil alone, so I can't really attest to the jelly bean ones, if the jelly bean is more dominant or the other notes that are blended with it, but I'll try my best with that one. There were a couple of ones in here that I'm not really crazy about, but I'm going to describe them anyways, just because, somebody out there loves them, just because we don't all like the same thing. This first one is one I like. Snickers coffee, zucchini bread, and whipped cream. Snickers coffee is just like it sounds. It's Snickers, which is peanut and nougat and chocolate with coffee. And zucchini bread is It's so good in here. You get the depth of the zucchini bread, but then you get a little bit of the Snickers coffee too. The whipped cream is just there for a creamy component, you know, but this is going to be fantastic when it blends. I mean, when it melts. Fantastic. I am trying to make a little pile over here so it is a little easier for me when I get back up. Okay, jelly beans. Jelly beans, satsuma, and whipped cream. Satsuma, you know, I've melted it over the last couple of years, and I can't really decide, do I like it or not? I mean, it's a beautiful tangerine fragrance, and it's strong. I don't know if I like it. You know, mango, tangerine, I like orange. I like orange chiffon cake and orange. But I don't know, maybe, you know, maybe satsuma just is not for me. And that's okay. Everything doesn't have to be for me. Please let me have some stuff I don't like so I don't keep buying more stuff. But anyways, this one, you know, this honestly, what it smells like a bag of Starburst jelly beans to me. This really smells like that. How I love Starburst jelly beans. They are my favorite jelly beans. And I was at the store today and I didn't even go down the Easter candy aisle. I need to get some more jelly beans and some more of my Cadbury mini eggs. I love those babies. Anyways, this smells like the Starburst jelly bean bag to me. So it's fruity. It's definitely got satsuma in it because that is an unmistakably strong citrus. This is, it's good. I didn't think I cared for this when I first smelled it, but maybe you know, maybe it's cured a little bit more and I can smell it really how it's supposed to smell. This one I might like. We'll see. But hey, if it's meant to be, it'll be. Next, blueberry jelly beans and blueberry muffins. This one, blueberry, of course, is the blueberry cereal, and the other two, we know what they are. This is, I'm not quite getting cereal. It's not a cereal dominant. I'm not quite getting the blueberry muffin. I'm smelling that same jelly bean note from the satsuma. So that jelly bean oil must be strong. Maybe they'll pour jelly bean, unless they already have in Triggs single. I would like to smell it on its own. This one, it's nice. I can tell the blueberry, especially from the blueberry muffin, I can tell it's going to come alive on warm. So this one, I will chop him up and get him going, you know, soon, because that is a nice springtime scent. It's a nice, you know, blueberry's nice any time of year. Next is Cafe Cubano Hazelnut Coffee Mate. See, I told you she has Hazelnut Coffee Mate. And White Chocolate Raspberry Truffle. I remember when, one thing that I do like is, you know, I said that Tam, Chrissy, and I are moderators. Jen and Trish, you know, ask us for, you know, which one should we offer on the next pre-order? And we help with the samplers. You know, sometimes some of the blends that are offered in pre-orders, you know, one of us came up with the blend, or we know we worked together on it. And I really like that interaction. I really like that creativity. This was one that Jen recommended because I was telling her Cafe Cubano is so good mixed with a lot of stuff. So we thought about hazelnut coffee, unless this is a blend that that is already established. I've never seen it before. I've never had it before. But she was saying that the white chocolate raspberry truffle is really good with coffee. So, yeah, sounds good. This is a blend that was offered in the coffee sampler. And the white chocolate raspberry truffle is dominant. This is beautiful raspberry. This smells like raspberry and chocolate, honestly. Even though there's not chocolate, like dark chocolate or milk chocolate in here, this, man, is that good. That raspberry truffle, and I'm not getting Cafe Cubano. Cafe Cubano is not something I'm really smelling here. That raspberry truffle is dominant in here, guys. I'm not even getting the hazelnut coffee mate. But of course, that might change on warm. This is yummy. This smells like Godiva raspberry chocolate candy. That is fantastic. I think that white chocolate raspberry truffle might even be Godiva. I don't know. I know there's a Godiva raspberry truffle oil. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Next is Irish Cream Mocha Chip Latte Let me try that again. Irish cream mocha chip latte with a dash of cinnamon sugar. This one when I first smelled it several weeks ago when I got my order, I didn't really like this one, honestly. So now that it's cured along with the Satsuma one, let's see. It has been a long time since I've smelled Irish cream coffee creamer. I was a barista when I was in high school, and Irish cream was one I did not like back then. But I haven't tried it. I haven't smelled it in years, so I'm not quite sure. But I know when I watched Christy do her live on the sampler, she thought that the Irish cream was pretty dominant in here, so I'll take her word for it. This one's tough because I don't smell any chocolate from the mocha chip. I'm not really even getting coffee. And that cinnamon sugar, I think the Irish cream has to be the dominant note in here because I'm not getting any of the other additions here. So that one is a wait and see. Next is Twinkies, orange chiffon cake, and pink frosted cake. Orange and pink frosted cake is so good together. This orange chiffon cake, Twinkies is such a good oil. I have a trig of Twinkies that I swore I bought with one of these orders, but maybe I put it away already. Twinkies is such a good addition. Twinkies and angel food cake are such good ones from L3. I want to see when they're offered in trigs again because I'm going to buy some more because like I said, I love to add a little bit more. You know, when we have a blend and you say, oh, I wish it had a little bit more of this. I love trigs. I love having them on hand. And I can't say enough about them. Anyways, I get the orange chiffon cake. That is strong, it's creamy, it's citrusy, but I get the pink frosted cake, that heaviness of that bakery. And the Twinkies, I'm not getting too much because, I mean, it is a bakery scent, but it's not too overly strong. It's just creamy sponge cake. This is fantastic. I love this. This is my favorite blend so far that I have smelled and described to you guys. I love this one. Oh, it's fantastic. That orange, I told you, that orange and pink frosted cake together is fantastic. So if you have any of that together and you want to give it a try on your end, let me know if you do and how you like it. Next is bubblegum, which I'll tell you this right now. I hate pink bubblegum. I never have liked bubblegum. Even, you know, when I was a kid and trying to learn to blow bubbles with gum, I still preferred Bubblicious. Orange sherbet Bubblicious, by the way, which they quit making years ago. But bubblegum, pink bubblegum, I'm not a fan of. I had a dentist cleaning a few weeks ago, and one of the polish flavors at the end is bubblegum. And I asked her, honestly, who picks bubblegum? Because bubblegum flavor stuff is disgusting. Bubblegum ice cream, bubblegum cake. I've seen bubblegum cake, like bubblegum toothpaste. I mean, kids, yes, sure. But even when I was a kid, I didn't like that crap. So I don't know why bubblegum flavoring stuff exists. But I will say, bubblegum and wax is a little bit different. I don't know why or how, but I've had bubblegum in another vendor. And a vendor that did mystery boxes without saying, because I'm talking about L3 in this video, and I try not to talk about other vendors in a specific video. But bubblegum. I like bubblegum and wax. It's crazy. I surprise myself. But Serendipity is cherry, coconut, and whipped vanilla, which is great. I love Serendipity. Jelly beans, bubblegum. Bubblegum is hard to describe. You know, I think most of us out there have smelled regular bubblegum and what it smells like. I get a little bit of that from this, so I know there's bubblegum in here. And I'm getting a little bit of the Serendipity, a little bit of that creaminess of the Serendipity, and then the jelly beans are right there too. That's a good blend. Next is Roasted Coffee Amaretto Vanilla Bean Noel. This is fantastic. Tam likes this blend. And a lot of us like this too. I told you, amaretto's great blended with coffee. It just, they belong together. The vanilla bean Noel is there to sweeten it up a little bit. Yes, that is fantastic. You know, I will say, I've had roasted coffee, amaretto, vanilla ice cream, and I've had pumpkin pecan waffles, amaretto, and vanilla ice cream. Amaretto does tend to take over every blend it's in, unless it's just added in such a minute amount. It's a strong oil, and this one's going to be amaretto dominant too. It's great. I love it. Strawberry pound cake, pink frosted cake, cotton candy frosting. This one is going to be so good too, because these together, yep. Jen's strawberry pound cake is not a single oil. It is one that she's had made for her, because when strawberry pound cake hit the scene, how many years ago, I don't remember how many years ago it's been, when you couldn't find it because everything was selling out at Bath and Body Works, she actually got a candle and she sent it away to have it duped at her lab or her oil manufacturer, whoever makes these oils up. The strawberry pound cake, I have a loaf of it. I had it in a haul several videos ago, and it honestly has a little bit more strawberry in it than the traditional single oils of strawberry pound cake. Strawberry pound cake to me is very light. It's not very strong. It's a medium, even light to medium throw for me. So I like strawberry pound cake blended with things versus just melting it alone. But the only reason why I bought Jen's strawberry pound cake is because when Jen and Trish did their live a couple of months ago, I think it was in January, that's when I found out that their strawberry pound cake was specially made for them. So it's a little bit different than the single oils that we are used to. So it does have a little bit more strawberry jam into it to me, or whatever strawberry is in there. It's fantastic. I can smell that strawberry pound cake in this pink frosted cake. A little bit of creaminess from the cotton candy frosting, not too much. This is bakery heavy, bakery scrumptious. This is immediately going in my melting tote. Excuse me, my chopping tote. Yes, chopping tote. Naughty Nutcracker, maple sugar coffee bean, roasted chestnuts, sweet maple, coffee, and vanilla. That's the Naughty Nutcracker part. Naughty Nutcracker, I had in around Christmas time when they did their gingerbread house shaped collection for a period of time around Christmas. I grabbed one in Naughty Nutcracker, and it is a delicious, strong, very strong maple sugar coffee blend. This is just that. I think I said that's a really good coffee blend. That should be part of the sampler, and here it is. I remember that. This is so good, so good. I like this one. You have to like chestnuts too. Chestnuts are it's pretty heavy in here, but the chestnut, I love that as a nut. It's creamy. It's a little bit different. It's not your almond. It's not your peanut. It's not cashew. It's not pecan. It's just brings something else to the table. Orange chiffon cake, orange vanilla, coffee, sugar cookie royale. Orange coffee, which I have had. Hot orange Danish coffee bean, which is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I am finishing up a scoop downstairs of that right now, and I have a bitty bitty I'm working on in my tote. That is a great screamer blend. I love it. So this one kind of has the same vibe. If you have melted that hot orange Danish coffee bean blend, this guy is very similar, but it's got more orange to it. That orange chiffon cake, that's strong oil. I have not had the orange vanilla. I don't know if it's orange and vanilla or orange vanilla, but nonetheless, it's a creamy orange. And I don't get much coffee. This is all orange, which I'm not complaining about because I can add a little bit of coffee to it. I have plenty of coffee, plain coffee. I always will. White Elephant Exchange Pink Frosted Cake. White Elephant Exchange is powdered donuts, vanilla wafers, white cake, and vanilla frosting. Another good and popular vanilla blend. I don't particularly like White Elephant Exchange that much. It adds a little bit. It is mostly just powdered donuts to me, which it's not bad. It's just that powdered donut addition to what I'm what it's blended with, which isn't bad. But it's another one of Jen's offerings of her great vanilla blenders. You know, Don't Cross Streams, Fat Bottom Girls, White Elephant Exchange, and Santa's on Keto even. Santa's on Keto has pretzel and sugared shortbread in it too. But those are her base, and sugar cakes now. Sugar cakes too. Sugar cakes is yellow cake, whole vanilla bean, buttercream frosting, and vanilla wafers. And sugar cakes is fantastic. There's a sugar cakes sampler offered right now on the pre-order if you're interested in that. And there's a few other blends, you know, smattered in there with some of the other things she's offering, chunks and bitty betties, and I don't know if there's scoops on there this time. I glanced at the list. There's a lot of lemon curd on there too, which lemon curd is fantastic. It's especially this time of year. It's fresh, it's clean, it's yummy, it's bakery, it's good. This one is basically pink frosted cake, but creamier and a little toned down pink frosted cake because of the White Elephant Exchange. But this one is fantastic. I really like this one. I'm in love with pink frosted cake. I call it my lover because it is right up there with zucchini bread. It's right up there. I have my top blends that will never be away, never be out. I'll never be out of. Pink frosted cake, zucchini bread, any coffee. I don't care if it had. I love coffee. I've never had a coffee blend that I haven't been really crazy about, except for maybe that Irish cream one, because I'm not sure if I like Irish cream. I haven't smelled it in a long time. That one's a little questionable to me, but I love anything with coffee in it, and I need to have coffee around all the time. And there's another one, I can't remember, but those basic ones you can make any. If you have other stuff to blend it with, you can just, the possibilities are endless. This one is a good one. Pink frosted cake. Oh, it's such a good one. Peeps Yellow Cake Jelly Beans. I think Christy came up with this blend, honestly, because she's in love with yellow cake like I'm in love with pink frosted cake. And yellow cake is a really good creamy bakery. It is just, if you're trying to come up with a blend or customs, if you're called up for customs, and you want to add a little punch of bakery to something, put some yellow cake in there, or brown sugar pound cake, or even cream cheese frosting, honestly, is really good too. Peeps, honestly, to me, Christy loves Peeps. I don't smell anything with Peeps because it's just marshmallow and sugar, but it does give that extra sugary and that extra sweetness to a blend that we might need, that we can't get from one of the other notes that's in there. Jelly beans and yellow cake. Honestly, I'm not getting too much bakery, so this is dominant jelly bean. Not complaining, because I do like the jelly bean. Thanks, Trish and Christy, for convincing me to get the jelly bean sampler. I didn't know I needed it, so thank you. Yeah, this is a good one. Peeps, I know a lot of you guys like Peeps. I don't get much from it, probably because it's kind of in the vanilla category to me. Next is Skittles, Jelly Beans, and Raspberry Whip. This one, Raspberry Whip, also is a special one that Jen has made just for them too. This one's hard to describe. It's fruity. It doesn't smell like Skittles or taste like Skittles. You know what I mean. It doesn't smell like how Skittles taste. And I smelled Raspberry Whip. The Raspberry Whip, honestly, to me, it's a little bit more floral raspberry and a little bit too perfumey to really be used in a bakery. I would prefer a jam or a sugar that is blended in with a bakery versus Raspberry Whip. That's just to my nose. It's floral. I know raspberry's the controversial one out there of, is it jammy? Is it sugary? Is it bakery? Is it floral? That's one where it's kind of user preference, really. Raspberry Whip, to me, does pull floral. But I don't know. I don't quite know how to describe this one. This one, I'm gonna have to melt it and see what comes alive on warm, because I'm getting, it's kind of like There's too much going on at one time, I think. The profile of the Skittles is sweet. The profile of the jelly beans is sweet, but then you throw the floral raspberry whip in there and it kind of gets discombobulated, in my opinion. This one, I'm going to have to think about how to describe that one. Sorry, but I'm struggling with that one right now. Watermelon cake, sugar cookie, pink frosted cake. Okay, watermelon cake needs to have a little bit more recognition because it is phenomenal. I have it in a trig right now that I'm working on, and it is strong. It is watermelon mixed with cake, and it is so, 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 so delicious. It's juicy. It's bakery. It's not quite as strong as just fresh watermelon or plain watermelon. It has that bakery component to it. It's creamy. It's fantastic. I have it blended with vanilla wafers. I think I have it in my storage container right here in front of me. That is 2-pack bunt. I just love watermelon cake. So anyways, this one, watermelon cake and pink frosted cake are neck and neck. I can smell them both equally. And the sugar cookie royale kind of gets lost in there, but it's just bakery goodness anyways. So there's that one. Next, saltwater taffy, pink frosted cake, honeydew melon. This one is phenomenal. This is so good on cold. Yes! Oh, that honeydew melon. I'm pretty sure Christy came up with this one because she does like her melon stuff. This is, oh, honeydew melon. I like the smell of cantaloupe. I don't like to eat cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is just not, I don't care for the taste of it. But I like the freshness and the creaminess that it offers. The saltwater taffy is just a little bit of fruit. The pink frosted cake is there. I'm getting a little bit of bakery, so it's toned down quite a bit from the honeydew melon. But the honeydew is definitely dominant in this one. This is one I would request in a bigger size. In probably a 2-pack bunt or a bitty bitty. That is a great one. Next is jelly beans, wild berry mousse, and waffle cone. I love wild berry mousse. It took me a minute to get on board with wild berry mousse just because for some reason I thought it would be similar to blackberry jam butter cookies, which I don't like every vendor's blackberry jam butter cookies. It's to use my husband's word, weird to me, some other vendors. Blackberry jam butter cookies in L3, I really haven't had it a ton, but wild berry mousse, I have had, let's see, some of the past samplers I've ordered, because I usually order a sampler or two each pre-order, when sometimes I wait till the extras are stocked, honestly. Just depends. The wild berry mousse is fantastic. It is such a great addition to bakery. It's good on its own. It's good with coffee. It's just a really great one out there. This one mixed with jelly beans. I'm not getting, you know how wild berry mousse just has that specific, oh, you know, that's wild berry mousse kind of a thing. That berry complex. A little bit of creaminess from the waffle cone. But I think the jelly beans have taken over because I'm getting just juicy fruit that it is not, it's a candy fruit. Does that make sense? I hope. This one is good. The wild berry mousse I could use just a touch more, but I know this is a jelly bean blend, so jelly bean is the star in that one. Next, today is October 3rd, roasted coffee. Christy hates today is October 3rd, so this one she smelled and said, yuck, yes, it belongs with the hippies. I think that's what she said. She doesn't like today is October 3rd. This one, I like today is October 3rd, Palo Santo, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Toasted Marshmallow. A lot of us love today is October 3rd. It's great blended with anything, in my opinion. You know, there's countless blends out there. With coffee, it's good too. That roasted coffee, I have the roasted coffee just by itself, and it's a nice roasted coffee, kind of like you're putting your nose down on a bag of coffee beans, or, I mean, yeah, the bean, because when you grind the bean, it smells a little bit different. It's, you know what I mean. The bean has a little bit more of a whole body scent than it does when it's ground, in my opinion. This is so good. I like this one. Sorry, Christy, if you're watching. You can send that one to me. Next is sweet cream, pink frosted cake, and yellow cake. So sweet cream is so good, by the way. Sweet cream, if you're looking for something to add that's a little bit of creaminess and you don't want to really add vanilla ice cream, you don't want to add whipped cream, you don't want to add cream cheese frosting, you don't want to add, you know, whatever else that I'm not thinking of right now, sweet cream is so good. It's just enough. Yep, it's creamed that pink frosted cake. It's taken that punch, because pink frosted cake is yellow cake and strawberry frosting. It's fantastic. I love it. I don't have to say that anymore. The sweet cream mixed with that tones that down into, you know, one, you can't separate, my brain can't separate the notes anymore from, oh, that's a sweet cream, and oh, I can also smell the pink frosted cake. I'm thinking, I don't know why I'm thinking of chemistry terms right now, and then you have a solution, or is things mixed together. I have my chemistry teacher in high school. Her name was Mrs. Cribble. I had her in 7th grade also, and she still teaches at my high school. She was one of the younger teachers, so she is not quite retirement age yet, but I think of her standing and teaching us about solutions and, you know, in chemistry class. I don't know. It's funny how the mind works. Things just pop into our head. But Mrs. Cribble, this smells like a 1 unit, basically. I know that might not make sense to some people, but I'm not really smelling distinct yellow cake, distinct pink frosted cake, or distinct strawberry cream. These are balanced very, very well. Sorry for my spiel. Fresh picked strawberries. Oh, I love strawberry. Fresh picked strawberries, lemon sugar, and jelly beans. This one. Lemon and strawberry are so good together too. This is good. You know why? It's balanced. I get the lemon sugar, and I don't get, you know, fresh picked strawberries is a strong strawberry blend that so many of us love. I don't get that too much. I get the jelly beans and the lemon, honestly, like a lemon jelly bean, like those Starburst lemon jelly beans. So good. This is great too. I could add a little bit more strawberry to that, make it a little bit better. Next is roasted coffee, blueberry, buttermint, and zucchini bread. This is part of the coffee sampler. This one's different. You know, I've never had blueberry, buttermint, zucchini bread, and coffee before. This is a new one. I had the spiciness from the zucchini bread, but buttermint is such a strong oil. Buttermint is so dominant in here. It is. I get a little bit of the coffee bean, just a touch. Blueberry is there, but the buttermint is kind of taking over, and it's mixing beautifully with the zucchini bread, buttermint, and the coffee. That's a nice one. When I first smelled this one on cold, when I first got it, I was like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. But as it's cured, it's changed a little bit. So that's why it's important to cure wax. And that's my opinion. Coming down to the end of this, and then I'll do the pies, and this video will be a wrap. Long video. Huckleberry, jelly beans, cotton candy, frosted cuppy cake. This one. I'm getting huckleberry because it's not blackberry, it's not blueberry. It's not elderberry. It's a berry. But I'm getting berry jelly beans. And the sweetness from the cotton candy. I'm not getting too much of the cuppy cake. I think Christy said the cuppy cake to her was dominant. But definitely as this is aged, you know, she did that video when they were fresh, when she first got it. The huckleberry has come alive a little bit more on cold with that one. Cherry chip cake, Peeps, pink frosted cake. Cherry chip cake, I love cherry chip cake. because it's not just cherry, it's cake with a little bit of cherry mixed in there. And this one is pink frosted cake with cherry chip cake. It's a little bit of a different bakery cake profile, but they mix together so beautifully. The Peeps, I can't talk about Peeps anyways. Santa's on Keto, pretzel, and pink frosted cake. This one. Yep, that pretzel. Jen has a really good pretzel oil. It's salty and just a touch yeasty to me. You know, pretzel can be either or. It's got that nice salty, that strong salty, a little bit of yeasty to my nose. Santa's on Keto is vanilla ice cream, vanilla wafers, vanilla cookies, and brown sugar butter cookies, I think. I swore Santa's on Keto had sugared shortbread in it. I'm wrong. I'm sorry I said that. Maybe it was a blend with sugared shortbread, and it just, you know, the scent notes on the bottom, it was just put down there for some reason. But anyway, Santa's on Keto. The pretzel's dominant here. I'm not getting too much of the pink frosted cake because it's mostly Santa's on Keto and pretzel. That's a good one too. Okay, my sampler's done. I have a cloud cake of Cupboard Under the Stairs, I Put a Spell on You. This was one of my February melts of the month. I love this one. It is so good. Cupboard Under the Stairs is birthday cake made up of strawberry cream and crushed vanilla wafers. And I Put a Spell on You is cinnamon sugar, French baguette, and top secret bakery bomb blend, which has pretzel in it. I know it does because I can smell it. In Pink Mustache and Bluebeard that has the bakery bomb in it, I get the pretzel. It's so dominant to me. But this one, mixed together, I had a puppy pack of this. I melted the whole thing within a day because it was so scrumptious. Just there's some sort of magic that happens mixing these two together. So I bought 3 of these cloud cakes, and this is on my list for customs when I'm up in several months. I'm going to chop all these together and put them in a bigger bag because this scent is fantastic. If you like both of these, try it together. That's all I can say. It's mind blowing. My samples, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I told you guys I don't do well with blind sniffs unless it's obvious. This one, I don't know what's in that one. Manscaping, I think I've had this one before. Yeah, I think there's still sugar, shaving cream, and something else in Manscaping. It's a nice one. Then my last sample is Donkey Kong. Oh man, Donkey Kong. My curse word at work is donkey. It has been for years. I'm talking years. Donkey Kong is when something's really bad. So this is fitting for me, Donkey Kong. That one, I think I smell maybe a little bit of pretzel. Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, those are the samples. And then I'm going to do my pies. We're right at 1 hour, 3 minutes. So I'll try to wrap this up here. I did not intend on buying anything from Pie Day, honestly. I didn't request any pie blends. I was going to be good. I was. But then I saw a few on here that I was like, damn, I better buy something. I know. Pumpkin pecan waffles, salty sea air, Palo Santo pie crust. These are the pies that are in the cute little pie tins. And this embed right here is just pie crust. That's what Jen said. So I know pumpkin pecan waffles and salty sea air. I'll take this one out here because it's not crumbled. This is what the pie looks like here. Salty sea air and pumpkin pecan waffles. I have had that in my cart so many times since it was offered. First time I saw it, I think, was last year sometime. But the addition of the Palo Santo and pie crust, this is great. I know this was a last minute addition. I can't remember. I remember the post on Facebook. Somebody requested this to be added. But this is really good. I get the sweetness from the pumpkin pecan waffles, but not too much. Not too much, because it's toned down quite a bit with the Palo Santo and the salty sea air. And would I definitely try salty sea air and pumpkin pecan waffles alone? Sure, I would. But I like the fact that there was Palo Santo added in this, because to me, it gives a richness that, you can't get from many other oils out there. Next is blueberry cobbler, graham crackers, buttermilk pie, and pie crust. I toyed between this one and blueberry pie crust, and I ultimately went with this one because I really do like Jen's blueberry cobbler oil. It is, this, honestly, buttermilk pie is vanilla custard, sugar cookie, creme brulee, and pie crust. And that one was created last year for Pie Day, I think by Angela Thrasher. I think she's the one who created it. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure buttermilk pie, because, buttermilk pie was crazy for a period of time. It sold out immediately. You couldn't get it. That was last Pie Day. I know it was. This is creamy. From the buttermilk pie is creamy vanilla richness. It's good. And this one, I'm not getting too much blueberry right now, but of course these still need to cure a little bit. I get the graham cracker, the pie crust, and the buttermilk pie. I get a little bit of blueberry, but I hope he'll come alive on warm. He will, because blueberry comes alive on warm too. Coffee bean, coconut cream, pie crust. I had to get a coffee one. This one, I've had coffee and coconut cream pie before, and it's fantastic. I love it. This one has the creaminess of the coconut pie. But then you add that coffee in there, and that coffee just gets so creamy and yummy and amped up with coconut cream pie. It explodes and becomes coconut coffee, and it's fantastic. I love this. I love that there's extra pie crust. This is going to go right into my chopping tote. Yes, ma'am. Right into the chopping tote. Next is blackberry custard pie. This is blackberry jam, pie crust, and buttermilk pie. I think there was another blackberry option, but I went with this one because I do like that buttermilk pie, especially blended with things. It does amp it up in terms of richness. But, oh man, that blackberry jam shines in this. It really does shine in this. And it's got the creaminess in the background from the buttermilk pie. And the blackberry jam, oh, is that good? If you like blackberry jam, this is one to request again, honestly. That's a great one. That's going to be chopped up soon, too. Pink frosted cake, I had to get it, Pink frosted cake, birthday cake, sugar cookie royale, and pie crust. In pink, my favorite color. I love pink. This one. Pink frosted cake dominant. But you have the creaminess from the pie crust, the creaminess from the birthday cake, and the sugar cookie royale is there just for an extra bump of bakery. Oh, that's good too. That's a great pink frosted cake blend. Two more. Strawberry bread, zucchini bread, pie crust. I love strawberry bread. I love all of Jen's strawberry blends. Oh, is this good? The zucchini bread. Oh, this, I'm going to take this out because this baby needs recognition. Oh, it's broken down there at the bottom. This one. Oh. Strawberry bread. I don't know what's in it, but it's not as strong or sweet as strawberry jam or plain strawberry, which is a little bit more artificial smelling strawberry to me, but I love all strawberries. But to try to explain the difference in her strawberry jam and her strawberry oil, the strawberry jam has a little bit more of a richness to it, whereas strawberry is a little bit more sweeter, artificially sweeter to me. This strawberry bread, man, that zucchini bread, is toned down quite a bit spice-wise from that strawberry bread. I had to get this because springtime's here, summertime's here, it's strawberry season coming up here pretty soon. I had to get this. I love strawberry. Oh, man. Fantastic blend. And finally, strawberry jam buttermilk pie. I love strawberry jam. Strawberry jam has a sampler on the pre-order right now, by the way. Don't ask me any of the blends. I just saw strawberry jam. This one, honestly, this is more strawberry jam than buttermilk pie, which I'm not complaining about because strawberry jam is so good. That is, it smells like a nice fresh strawberry that has a little bit of juice on it. And it's just fresh and delicious, and you know, it's ready to be eaten. So, okay, 1 hour, 10 minutes, man. So that is my video for my most recent L3 hauls from the last few months. So hope you guys, hope you enjoyed this video, if you stuck with me till the end. But I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great week ahead. Happy April coming up next weekend. I'll see you soon.